what we are doing today is we won't watch what children eat in this place. And not just children eating this place, just not alone, because whatever is happening here is also happening in other schools. It's also happening to children, it's happening to families, because Nigeria has become ridiculously expensive, and the economic crisis, the thing is affecting the rich, the poor, everybody is being affected. We have to take the next generation of leadership. We need to produce people who are sound enough. We need to bring children who are intelligent enough to take over the next leadership. If we didn't do anything about our children now, what kind of children are now going to take over the leadership by tomorrow? Because everything everybody becomes, and especially children becomes, is bordered on food. You can imagine whatever you're going to learn here today, 10 of you, we invited 10 of you, una learn and finish, una carry and go back to our house. Come meet another neighbor of yours where they raise small children. We have to look for women who are raising small children, so that when you want to teach them, they too will learn, and also they might also teach some other person. Imagine 10 of you telling 10 person, that means 20 children have 20 families have been reached, and that's why we're here. So what we want to do quickly is to help us to, we're going to think through it. It's us who think through it. I'll bring my own ideas, you bring your own ideas, so that we're able to think through and know how we are going to be able to cope. We need to cope. We need to cope.
Of course,
we need to cope in order to help our children to cope.
Yes.
And so we're going to put all our ideas together. We're all mothers. We see what's going on in the market. So we're going to put all our ideas together to know what we can do to make sure that we improve the quality of meal our children take to school. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now, I will tell you how children develop. Children develop in 4 ways. They develop in cognitive development. Cognitive development has to do with functions of the brain, okay? How the children think, how the children respond to you when you ask them questions, how the children retain the information that you have given to them, and how they learn. That's the one that helps them to become doctors, lawyers, or whatever they are born to be. Are you understanding me? That is cognitive development. And there is also the one that is called physical development. Physical development is about our body frames. Your child, at 3 months, she has not started sitting down. You put her on the couch, she will fall back. You raise her up, she will do like this. That's a problem. Physical development is about how they walk, how they grow, how their bones grow. Is that okay? And then how, and it also affects their muscles, how their muscles also develop. So their physical development should be important to you, Abby. Yes. So if they're not developing well, it's not good for you, because you're not going to pamper them, be with them forever. So you need to make sure that they develop physically. Now, in developing physically, they also need to learn to write, right? They need their body to be able to function well. Everything a child needs to do is bordered on the child's physical development. The child will write. Some kids are not, even when they're holding paper, they're holding it like this. You know, because why? The muscles that controls the way to hold paper tight is not strong enough. So you say a child squeeze you squeeze water out of this thing, the child is not able to squeeze it. Are you understand what I'm saying? A child at 3 years is not able to uncork a bottle of water. When a child is not able to uncork a bottle of water, it's a problem. So that means muscles that are controlling those areas are weak. A child is not able to write or paint, you know. This is how our children develop. So your child that needs to go to school to learn, that will learn something that will enter in mind, need her to write, need learn to walk to school. So physical development should be important to mothers, correct?
Yes.
Now, the other part of the development is social development and spiritual development. We're not going to bother ourselves on those ones. Social development has to do with the way your children relate. That's friendship, building relationship with families, building relationship with teachers and outsiders. Okay, and then the spiritual relationship has to do with how they communicate with God, how they relate with God, the Heavenly Father. So we're not going to bother on those ones. Yeah. So on all these 4 developmental stages of children, 2 are bordered on food. The physical development and the what? Cognitive development. These 2 are bordered on food. Food is very essential. And not just very essential, eating balanced diets is the most essential one. The food has to be balanced in order for the child to benefit from the content of the food or the meal you're putting on the table for the child. If it's not balanced, the child will be lacking and having deficiencies in certain areas that will either be affecting the child's cognitive development, the way the child thinks, or will be affecting the way the child is developing physically. We're going to look at what is called a balanced diet, right? What is called a balanced diet. A balanced diet must contain the 6 classes of food. There are 6 classes of food. Number 1 is carbohydrates. Eh? Number 2 is protein. Number 3 is vitamins, fat and oil, water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one is that? Minerals. Good. So, all these things, your children are supposed to take them every day. Right? Carbohydrates, you find them in grains, oca, maize, what is it called? Rice, millet, akamu, palm, all those grains. That's where you find carbohydrates. That's the one that gives you bread. And especially bread, very important to children. It energizes them. It gives, because it contains a whole lot of sugar, fat and oil, so it energizes children to stand strong in a day. Sometimes you have to make sure that you eat bread to sustain them. Is that okay? Yeah. Very important. Now, things are expensive, right? Yeah. But you can produce your own things. What we are talking about here today, because it's biting everybody. Even me, there are things I'm not able to buy in the market right now. Everybody's affecting everybody. So you need to now learn how to make and create your own things around you. In order to make it a little bit easy for you, to make sure that your kids are eating the balanced diet. Protein comes from beans. You do not need to bleach red oil to enjoy the rich content of red oil. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yes. Cook your rice with it, add a little bit of it. You buy shombo. Shombo is very rich. There's nothing I cook I do not put shombo. Even now, there is what is called iru. I'll put it here. I don't know if anybody knows what is called iru. Iru is the local ogiri. You know what they call ogiri, right? Beans. Good. Ogiri. Now, the local ogiri of the Yoruba people, they're the ones that do here. Here, for us in our Igbo land, we do ogiri from pumpkin. You know the pumpkin seed, right? I do it. I buy ogiri. I buy the pumpkin when I see it being produced. I'll break it, cook it, and allow it to ferment. I have it installed in my freezer. I do iru. I don't do Maggi. That I can cook a whole pot of soup that all of us will eat. Maybe it's only 1 kilo of Maggi that will be there because I have iru inside the soup. So you buy iru. Iru, 1,000 naira can serve you for like 5 to 10 meals, 5 to 10 food, soup cooking. Please do not eat Maggi. If you can avoid Maggi, avoid Maggi completely from your meals. It's a killing, it's a poisonous substance that they make for us to give us, to make our food sweet, but it kills the body very fast. So as young as your kids are now, if you help them to stay away from Maggi, you're dealing with real issues that they might develop in the future that a lot of adults are. So if you have Yoruba friends who live in Yoruba land, they can help you to source for these things and it will be cheaper. Best ways to ensure that in that crayfish okoro, right? They're very essential for calcium. That's the one that gives the children calcium, that builds their bones. Okay. Other ways to get enough of the calcium content and omega-3 oil that is in crayfish and okoro and fish is to buy the dust. Yeah. The dust of crayfish. You know the dust of crayfish? Those legs that they used to throw them away before. but today they are being sold.
Yeah.
They're being sold, right? Now you buy them. When you buy them, pick up the bad stuff. When you get to the market, you will look the ones that are good. You will see the ones that are clean. You buy them, come select them, put them on the sun, put them in your oven, they dry, boil them, put them in the water, in the pot, boil it, extract the water. That water content is richer than your crayfish, 500 naira. Extract the water and put as enough that you need for your. If you buy one rubber custard or mix of those things, you will have what you can use to cook for at least 1 month. So you can pack them into small pots, small bowls, and be adding it together with your 200, 500 naira crayfish. Another thing, omega-3 oil. Omega-3 is another very vital food content that your children require. So this one too, you also get them from, you know the one they call, is it sungu?
Sungu.
Is it sungu? That tiny fish is not better than this. Great. Now it has head. Okay? Now you get this one, peel off the skin. Some persons will throw away the head, right? Some persons will throw away the head, pick up the skin, get off the bone, extract the bones, because you don't want the bone to be in your children's meal. Put them in the pounder and pound them. Pound them. When you finish pounding, put them for water. Sieve it. Collect the water. It's dark. Even if you didn't use any, even if you didn't use, in fact, I would say don't even go and look for meat. When you have these contents, don't cry that you're not able to buy meat. I don't eat meat personally because meat has also been recognized as a killer disease for human beings. It affects our bone very badly. So why should I eat it? Now, adult, even when you start making children to stay away from it, they will live longer, stay away from the disease better than the adults who were consuming them. So don't cry that you're not buying meat. Another thing you will buy that is very rich is periwinkle. See, when I saw it harder, I had to devise a way of getting everything I need in my pot in order to stay healthy, because I'm not able to even buy the quantity of fish that I can bite in my meal to give me the nutrients that I require. So I make sure that periwinkle is almost in every soup. Periwinkle contains all these things that we are talking about.
This one,
so for every meal you cook, if you can buy 200, right? I'm not talking about the ones that have been peeled though. I'm talking about the one they say they good. That's the one I'm talking about. Wash them nicely. Is that okay? That's where the richness of what is in periwinkle is not stored in the one that have been removed. The one that have been removed is chaff. So you buy that periwinkle, even if it's 200, ensure it's in every soup. Clean it. It has carbohydrates. Let me tell you all that periwinkle contains. Periwinkle contains vitamin. Is in here? It contains mineral. Is in here? Omega-3 is in here? Yes. Even fatty acid, the one that produces blood. You know, when you are pregnant, they say you should drink acid. What do you call it? Folic acid, right? It contains folic acid. It has carbohydrate. It has fiber. It has magnesium. It has manganese, calcium, iron, zinc. Is completely rich. So if you have it in every meal, trust me, you won't have sick children. Even if their food comes, it doesn't have meat, you are happy that your child is still consuming a balanced diet. Are you seeing what I'm saying?
Yes.
You are happy that your child is consuming a balanced diet. Don't joke with periwinkle. Me, it's my own coping mechanism because I don't want to be anemic. I don't want to fall sick. Have these things as screenshots and forward to them and tell them you care about their families so that they can eat balanced diets. Is that okay? Okay, so I pledge You repeat after me.
I pledge.
I pledge to take this information I've heard today.
I pledge to take this information I've heard today.
That balanced diet is very important to the growth of my child.
It is very important to the growth of my child.
And I will ensure I produce balanced diet in my kitchen.
I will produce balanced diet in my kitchen.
And I also pledge to pass this information to other women in my community. Because I care about their well-being. So help me God. Amen. Akuchinyere Titus O. So let's go. Thank you, for supporting us. We wish you a successful outcome of your project. Amen.
Amen. Everything you are doing. Amen. And here, we that is here are praying for you for a greater success. Amen.